Okay, hi guys, and today I am going to be looking at silent cylinder heads. So basically what I'm going to do is, here I have my old M4. I've taken the upper receiver off just because it makes life easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fire test with the standard cylinder head, and then I'm going to switch it out for a silent cylinder head, supposedly. Test it again, compare the two, and see whether there is actually any difference. I previously did a video of this, but I never got around to editing it. So I'm just going to do it real quick, and I'll tell you the results from that later on. So I won't show you how I'm going to take apart the gearbox, because I'm sure you can find that in somebody else's video. So I'm just going to do a comparison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire a few shots off, and then you can compare that, and I'll keep the camera in the similar position each time. Okay, so that should give me a bit to compare against. So I'm going to take this apart, switch it out, and do that again. Okay, I'm back again. So it took me a while, a bit longer than I expected. But the silent cylinder head is now installed. The reason why it took me a bit longer is I actually switched out, you might have noticed, I switched out the cylinder and piston at the same time because the old piston, wherever it is, don't know if you can see that, but it's got a bit of wear on it, and I thought whilst I was at it I might as well replace that. As you can see, I've got a vast supply of pistons and teeth. So not as scientific as this test could probably be, but yeah, it'll be close. So I'll just fire a few rounds like I did before, and then by the process of video editing I will be able to compare them. I can't remember whereabouts I was about here, I think. Okay, personally, I think that sounds a bit quieter. I mean, it might just be that the acoustics have changed slightly. It might be that it is actually silenced. Suppose I'll just have to look at the video and see. Okay, so I've just been editing the video, and from what I can tell, there really isn't much difference at all. At the beginning of the video I said that I'd tell you about the previous video that I did that I never got around to editing. I actually did a decibel reading for that, and I found no change whatsoever. Basically all the silent cylinder head does is change the acoustics. It makes it sound slightly deeper, less of a crack, more of a thud, which I suppose you could say kind of softens it. It doesn't actually make it any quieter, because at the end of the day it's the pressure wave that comes out at the end of the barrel that's making the sound. It's the amount of air that's being dispersed around it to create the sound wave, not the actual sound itself, if that makes any sense. So from a physics point of view, unless you decrease the power of the gun, it won't make much difference to the loudness of the gun. Obviously it will. It's kind of complicated. For example, my sniper rifle, you can hardly hear it. That's because the direction of the sound wave is directed out the end of the barrel rather than out the side of the gun. So if you're in front of the barrel, you'd hear it very much because it would burst your eardrum. But it's a different kind of sound wave. So it's kind of like that. So basically, no, silent cylinder heads don't really make much difference to the loudness of the gun. It will just make it sound slightly different. Also, silencers also make no difference if you didn't already know. They just make the gun look cool. Yeah, I already knew that before I made this video, so it was kind of a pointless video, but just because I wanted to make a video. I've just got a load of guns and now I need putting back together. So yeah, I hope it maybe kind of helped slightly. I'm not saying don't get silent cylinder heads. They are nice. They have a lot of other benefits, such as upgrading the FPS and air leakage and all that. Also, they're best for the guns. They protect the gun a bit more, stop it from wearing as much because the piston's not slamming into it. There's lots of rubber and shock absorbedness, and they just look kind of cool and fancy when you buy them. So yeah, silent cylinder heads don't really make much of a difference. They make it sound slightly different, but they don't really make it quieter. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will think of some other random videos to make in the foreseeable future. There's my cat, he says goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.